Alright, so this is kind of a neat take on this archetype. We've seen these Soul Warden decks around the outside of Historic in a couple of different flavors off and on over the last year and change. So we've got Heliod here as one of our enablers for our Lifegain. We've also got Ajani's Pridemate as well as the Moon Dancer here from the latest AFR set. And we've got Innkeeper as well, which seems like a really sweet card to splash in here. So not only is this another, Daxos or Soul Warden style of effect, but these creature decks want to play Collected Company anyways. And this is a card that enables these while also ramping you to Collected Company, be able to play that on the third turn of the game. Moon Dancer also allows us to smooth our draw out while we're gaining some life. And then Spellbinder here and Skyclave Apparition, while not synergistic, give us a little bit of interaction against decks that might be looking to race and get under us. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this and see how it feels in Historic this morning. Bullseye, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. For anybody new to the channel like Bullseye, thanks for dropping in today. Welcome. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. I do Magic the Gathering 5 days a week in the mornings. We do some Modern on Magic Online. We do Historic and Standard 22 here on Magic Arena. I also do some variety stuff. We're currently playing through Uncharted 3. We're going to be continuing our playthrough that at the end of the stream today in a few hours. Usually we do 2 or 3 different Magic decks every day to start, though. This hand's a fantastic start here. Go ahead and go Soul Warden into Moon Dancer. I want to lead on Soul Warden rather than Speaker, because this way if they have a 1-drop that I don't want to attack into, I can still gain some life potentially. RPG Fun, thank you for the 19 months. Welcome back. Now I kind of have a decision to make, so I think we just play the 2-drop rather than this. This way I can go 1+2 next turn potentially. I guess this play was slightly worse against a 1-mana removal spell, because had I saved this, I would have been able to go this into this and trigger her this turn. I think I want to lead the Spellbinder here and check what interaction we're playing around. I make their Phoenix cost 6 here, I think. Wolfwood, thanks for the 32 months. Welcome back. There have been a number of new spoilers since yesterday. I think my plan is, depending on how many spoilers come out, I'm going to do review every day or every other day. And we'll take a look at them together at the end of my stream. The end of the Magic portion. So probably about 1 p.m. as Central, new 12:30 Central. This was in fact the best draw in our deck. Hey, Spar, thanks for the follow. What if I take Innkeeper or Skyclave Apparition here? Huh. I think we do this to start. I guess if I play these 2 out this turn, this will enter as a creature next turn. However, that means I get to put less counters on things. I think I'm going to do this, because this way I can put a counter on Skyclave so it doesn't die to shock anymore. I think I'm happy with the Speaker on top. Thanks for keeping me around, Wolfwood. I appreciate the 32 months. Thanks for the follow, Spar. Played around shock like a professional here. If I play both of these, Heliod becomes a creature, right? Yeah, crack you for 8. Hey, Bic 8, thanks for the 23 months. Yeah, so I have Pokemon Unite on the schedule for the end of the stream tomorrow. I think I'm gonna fit in like 2 days of that per month is my plan. Ooh, that's pretty good. Pressures our life total and takes the Skyclave Apparition out. I think I throw one of these away to put 2 counters on the Pridemate here. Oh, I guess the attack with the other one was free. Missed a point here. Did I say per month? I meant per week. I have a slight pun for you. It's pretty aggressive. I have to throw away Speaker of the Heavens because I need Pridemate to be bigger than Glorybringer. Opponent with the small mistake back here. They could have thrown the 3/3 in front of this. Maybe they didn't realize this is indestructible. Excuse me? Excuse me? Alright, well, supremely punished for not putting a second counter on the Daxos there. Mono red answering your Pridemate should be illegal. That's not how this is supposed to work. I'm gonna cut the Spellbinders. I'm gonna bring in some Deccan Stones. Another Skyclave Apparition here. We can click submit. Maybe I want some Ajani Strength of the Pride. Yeah, nah, he just gets attacked down by their hasters. Should have played around the Chaos Warp. I mean, I should have. Alright, no shotgun one is huge. Keep, I think. I guess this is a punish for not playing this. Yeah, I should have played Temple Garden on 2 here. Because then I could have gone this turn. I guess we'll just Heliod now, but definitely a missequencing of my mana this game. Their kill all of the little things deck seems to be good against my deck full of little things. Alright, well, they're not currently racing Daxos. Honestly, I should probably just start making a second large thing in the event of Chaos Warp again. Try and get this out of range of the Glorybringer here, potentially as well. Bye, Frost. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, get out of here. Welcome to Thunderdome. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Alright, we beat the Chaos Warp that time, shit. Now we gotta try and win one on the draw. Yes! I would like the record to reflect that these digital-only designs in no way, shape, or form were like older Magic cards, and remember that as you watch me cast Collected Company and you watch my opponent cast Chaos Warp. Magic was an incredibly low variance game that did not utilize random designs before this digital only set dropped. Oh, Magic boomers. I don't think I'm supposed to mulligan for a 1-drop. There just has so much removal in it. I just want as many cards to start in my hand as possible. I guess this hand has 4 lands in it, which is kind of medium. Don't tell him about Warp World, right? Don't tell him. Don't tell Scotty. Are they missing a land drop? It's good for us. Innkeeper can stay right there. Yes, there are a lot of people arguing that the new digital mechanics make Magic Hearthstone by introducing too much random. And as is often the case in our Collected Company deck, we're just like knocking the top, hoping to draw Collected Company at this point. Any non-land's pretty good though. White Castle would also be decent here. But let's be honest, when isn't White Castle decent, chat? I have tried their Beyond Burgers. They're very reasonable. They're what's it called? Their bean patties were very good too. I would say Shocklands are definitely the most important for Historic, and then honestly, probably Pathways. Little Siggy, it sounds like you're asking what sets you should pick up for Historic. You should check out my top 5 video where I went over the top 5 sets you should be buying to get into Historic on Magic Arena. I think it would likely answer your question. So this attack is free because they have to chump block this. So, small mistake here on the opponent's part. They definitely should have saved this to block this and then kill something else after they had blocked with it. Now they have to jump with their Legion War Boss. If I attack with Speaker of Heavens and they kill it, it gets this Pridemate up to a 5/5, and I'm pretty unlikely to ever gain enough life for that to be relevant. So I think we attack with everything here. You know, there aren't any creature lands in this deck, but that's probably not a bad idea. We have a pretty low curve overall. Makes our check lands a little bit worse, but we will try and slot 4 of those into here. Now, the scary thing here is we know our opponent... I don't refer to creature lands as man lands because unless you know something that I don't about the land, maybe don't give them a gender. If you have some inside information that the rest of us aren't privy to, feel free to cite a source. And honestly, I think we're just, like, keeping anything that's a creature on top, right? Bad Company, it's what we're gonna play. Are they dead yet? They're technically not dead on board. They aren't winning this game, but... yeah, we're solidly into garbage time at this point. like the idea of a couple creature lands. Do I want the flying one? The upside of planes is that planes let me bring this into play untapped, the castle. It honestly could be right to just give up all of the castles. What if we go down a castle and do like 3 creature lands? It could also be that the Hydra's lair is correct because we don't want to spend as much mana. We don't have to spend as much mana activating it. But it coming into play tapped later is a pretty big drawback. Some big dorkos here. What's our best draw next turn? Collected Company or a 1-mana white card? 1-mana white card will let this come into play as a creature. Sick. Crunch. Okay. Ow. So this turns Heliod back on. And I think I'm supposed to stack as many counters as I can on this same creature, so that way I can lifelink it. So we can get back up to 13 here. Good chance we still die next turn. Because they Faithless looting. If they get the Phoenix's back, the Phoenix back, we die, right? Looting plus 2 spells. What's the Stormwings kill us? That's a decent start for the home team. I'm surprised they didn't just YOLO the looting flashback. Oh, that's lethal. Got it. The Phoenix deck is still very good, by the way, in case anyone was wondering. In case there is any doubt in anybody's mind that Brainstorm was a good ban. Suspension. It ain't coming back. The only reason they suspended Brainstorm is because they want to screw you out of your wildcards. Stone, Remorseful Cleric. I expect they'll officially ban Brainstorm a week or two after Historic Horizons releases, so people have spent money to get Historic Horizons cards, and they don't need the wild card as much. I think Jeskai Control is equally as annoying. Hopefully it's less popular. What am I cutting here? Speaker of the Heavens is probably pretty bad, right? It's gonna die pretty frequently. Friendly reminder that if you ever want to come into my chat and tell me I'm wrong, you need to provide a reason for why you think I'm wrong, otherwise you're going to get a 10-minute break. And that's not to say that I'm never wrong. Ask my wife, I am frequently incorrect. You know, just create a discussion point. Don't just walk in here and just, like, take a crap on my discussion. For example, I think the idea that they're going to unsuspend Brainstorm while simultaneously introducing Dragon Rage Chandler into Historic would be incredibly fucked up and a big mistake. So, I very much disagree with the idea you've put forth for that reason. You see how I said you're wrong and then I explained why I think you're wrong? That's what I'm looking for, a discussion. I think we're keeping this. The question is, what are we bottoming? I think it's probably the second Daxos. Need a payoff for our life gain with this hand, unfortunately. Don't have one at the moment. It could be right to wait to Daxos until I have another White Dorko in place. That way it has a third point of toughness. That reminds me, I read a YouTube comment yesterday from someone that really made me double take, and it was real bad. And I was like, wait, I think I recognize that username. And sure enough, the person who left the comment that made me double take that was bad was already banned on the Twitch channel and blocked on Twitter. So they successfully assumed the trifecta. Gotta catch them all, I suppose, when it comes to bans. It wasn't even a bad take. It was just an objectively wrong comment. They commented asking when I was going to start playing other non-Kiki Chord Modern decks, because they felt like I'd only played Kiki Chord in Modern recently. Never mind the fact that I've played 5 different Modern decks in my last 5 videos, and only one of them was Kiki Chord. But their feelings, chat. They felt like that wasn't the case. attack with just this. They're banned from your chat/Twitter. They were literally commenting on my YouTube channel where there is a playlist on the front page that has all of the modern deck lists in it. Like, it is super trivial to look at any format I've played recently and see how many decks I've played in that format. It's very, very easy. I don't even post the deck lists I play on Twitter anymore. I haven't done that in like a year or more. It's been a long time. Do I want this guy? I just want Pridemate Heliod, right? I think this is the candy we're looking for. As an avid watcher of 10 minutes, it seems to me like you only play Lifegain decks. Oh, I needed that this morning. Thank you, Sisyphus. There is an unban request button somewhere. I don't know exactly where it is, but it definitely exists. Don't ask me to point it out, but it definitely exists. Believe it or not, I've not been banned on many Twitch channels, chat. Well, this is the same match, Scout. This is historic, so we're playing best of 3. What weak point does Lifegain aspects of this deck cover in the more commonly played versions of Green-White Company? What commonly played versions of Green-White Company? Green-White Company is not a deck that really sees play in Historic, no Fire, no Steel. Can you provide a reference or some tournament metrics that reference the deck you're referring to as common? I haven't been keeping up on all the historic results, but... No, the Dragon land only comes into play tapped as your... untapped as your first 2 lands. So they're different than the fast lands. Huh. So... I think it's Heliod Moondancer this turn. We just, like, hope to get a next turn. The Angels version also hasn't been putting up results. I believe it's, like, kind of popular in Best of 1 because in Best of 1, linear aggro decks are better than they are in Best of 3. And it's a linear aggro deck. But, like, it largely just doesn't exist in Best of 3. Getting a little punished for not playing the Remorseful Cleric out here. So this unfortunately can't give itself lifelink. I think I'm attacking. They're at 12. There's a second sliver packet. God bless. Well, the version on my website is in the fan favorite section for a reason. So it's just, like, not particularly powerful. Yeah, if they find a single removal spell we can't block is accurate. Huh. That feels like, were they dead on board? No, they weren't dead on board, right? I guess they have to block Heliod, block the dragon, but then they only take 6 and go to 1, and they can kill us next turn with a good draw, right? Yeah, I feel like that concede was a little strange. I don't think that game was over. I think we were a favorite to win, but I don't think the opponent wasn't dead on board, right? They were at 7, and they had 2 blockers, and I'm attacking for, yeah. It's unproven at the moment. I don't think that's true. Are you gonna make me look? Oh! You're talking about the green-white... That deck's just completely different than this. No fire, no steel. I get that they're both green-white decks. They both have Collected Company in them. But, like, the green-white Lovestruck Beast deck is a... just like a good stuff value deck with things like Great Henge. I thought you were talking about Angel Company. Yeah, I don't think, like, that's one of those things where too often people try to lump things together just because they're the same colors and have a couple of overlapping cards. And I don't think it makes sense to compare this synergy-based deck with explosive starts to, like, a mid-rangey aggressive deck that generates value like that one. So that would be my response to you on that. This is a mid-range, this is a synergy-based aggressive deck using Collected Company at the top to generate explosiveness, whereas the green-white company deck with things like Lovestruck Beast and Land War Elves, that's more of a mid-rangey aggressive deck. It doesn't have the big explosives make a giant creature like this deck does. You are right, though, that archetype has had decent finishes. I just don't think it's comparable to what this deck is doing at all. I don't know, Merfolk's not really a deck. I think Angels is maybe the best comparison. But, like, Angels is a synergy deck that goes wide with things like Valkyrie, as opposed to where this deck is looking to go tall, if that makes sense. So this deck synergies build individually large creatures, whereas the Angels deck goes wide with a bunch of things, usually. Did we get the mythic indestructible merfolk out of Horizons? I saw the one drop they spoiled. We'll talk about that later. Did we get the mythic one? The mythic one is what they need. I don't think merfolk is likely to be playable if they don't get the mythic. Luris does mean no Skyclave. Main deck baffling end. Sick beats. Ooh. It's not a 1-drop, it's a 3-drop. The one that is indestructible if you have 2 other merfolk. No, I don't think you need something like Lord of Atlantis. I don't think Spreading Seas fixes any of your problems either. think you need a card that can help you against things like Jeskai control. Thanks for sticking around for 4 years, Judgeinator. Welcome back. Good afternoon. Yeah, Kira is legal. Aether Vial would help. Here's to 4 more years indeed. We're gonna hit 72 months partnered this year, I believe. Yeah, almost there. 71 months on my account. Alright, so do I do this or do I just company? I kind of want to do this. And then next turn, company guaranteed pumps this up. August 22nd will be 72 months. Okay. There's the OG. Got that first badge there in chat. Burn down. Thank you for the follow. Good afternoon. The Jester hat is the 5-year badge. Get you later, Wolfwood. I'm going to say no blocks here, because I'm going to gain a bunch of life next turn. And there's a good chance they're playing the +2/+2 card, because Karmic Blessing, so protects their stuff. So I think I just take that for 7, rather than risk this dying to a combat trick here. These Vanguards are currently swimming upstream. Well, if it was right last turn, it's probably right this turn, right? So now, and now I'll go Pridemate into Spellbinder here. And then next turn we'll do this. We'll get to confirm if they had the trick or if they were just offering to pay 4 life, basically. Get to sniff it out here. Alright, was there fear in my dojo for no reason, opponent? Or do you have the thing? Show me your secrets. I love being rewarded for good play. Alright, attack for 4. But I didn't even get to cast my collected company yet. Come back, friendo. Come back. I wasn't done winning yet. Alright, so I think Spellbinder actually comes out in this matchup. It was cute there, but I definitely just want more cards that play to the board. I don't think this is a Knight of Autumn matchup. The average power level of their individual enchantments tends to be low. I'd rather just be exiling the creatures they're putting the enchantments on. The rest of this seems fine. Remember when you're playing a mostly linear aggressive deck like what we're currently playing, less is more when it comes to sideboarding. You don't want to dilute our proactive game plan too much if we can avoid it. I think we're pretty unlikely to get to the Ajani Ultimate. Like, look back at that game that we just played, how I use my life total pretty aggressively as a resource. If I have a Planeswalker in play, I'm not able to do that nearly as often. Yeah, I don't think the Lurrus aspect is really what gets us here. Nah, I think Adanto Vanguard's a great main deck card. Disagree with you. I think it's very good against both Phoenix and Control. There's enough control in the format still to warrant it. This hand's great. And then hopefully the scries for the Moon Dancer here will help us hit our land drops to curve out elegantly. Yeah, we get to go 1, 2, 3, 4, curving right on out the door. No, turn 1 plays good for us too here. Oh no. Oh no. Well, I mean, I've got 3 copies of Deck and Stone in my deck. Can't Skyclave Apparition that one, but I've got 3 Deck and Stone. Ugh, they have Blessing. I'm gonna give him a chance to tap out next turn before I just jam this. Yeah, they're not taking the bait. Alright. Probably did. Huh. I bet they still have Blessing here, too. They definitely were getting priority when they had just Plains up. We saw 2 Blessings game 1. Yeah, they're the Lifegain deck now. For sure. Alright. Ad'll do big. It's a shell you'll try Chandler, and it just goes and isn't Phoenix. Card is everything Phoenix wants to do. Hey, Brink, thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. I really appreciate the support. This is my full-time gig, and I wouldn't be able to be here without folks like you. Thanks for keeping me around. Rest in Peace has seen a large increase in stock for Historic. Can you explain why? Because I actually don't think Rest in Peace is particularly good in this format at the moment. Phoenix is the premier graveyard deck, but it has a lot of prowess creatures that can play through it. Are there other graveyard decks in this format that I'm not thinking of? Feel free to enlighten me if I'm not recalling something. Jund Sacrifice. It's okay there. Well, welcome to Hoaglandia. You should make sure to pop in the subs Discord server as well, if you're into that sort of thing. It's the 24/7 part of Hoaglandia, where myself and many others are very active. Lots of things magic, gaming, and politics, and all sorts of things related in there. Food, cars, sports ball. Lots of good stuff going on. Dacky, thanks for the follow. Climbing on up the ladder. I think boarding in Rest in Peace against Jeskai control decks is a losing proposition. Yes. I love the dagger on these ICRs where it shows you the set symbol. Do you have any idea how many AFR mythics I'm still missing? But Arita's just like, nah, Jeff, screw you. Have 40 gems. I randomly gave you one you already have 4 of. I don't even have all the rares in AFR yet. The ICRs not being 4th card protection might actually be the most heinous part of the Magic Arena economy. Which is saying something, because there's a lot of heinous parts. It's just like, hey, Jeff, instead of $18, you get 40 cents. Enjoy. Can I keep this hand? All right, chat, this is what we like to call a content keep in the business. This hand is so good if I draw a second land. I would like the record to reflect that if I miss my second land drop on 2, it's because you at home did not believe enough. So I'm trusting you, chat. Give me your energy. Don't fail me now. Who? Don't fail me now. Whew. I'd like to dedicate this land drop to all of the haters that didn't believe in us, and shout out to the fam who did. Pump up the Pridemate jam, chip. Do you have a 3/2 or a Bone Crusher Giant? Bone Daddy's home. Alright, so now we just Innkeeper, right? And that guarantees us the collected company for next turn. I'm not going to be greedy. I could be greedy and play the Daxos here, but I would like the record to reflect that I'm choosing to be conservative so I can cast collected company. Ed Cook, thanks for re-upping for the 2nd month. I appreciate the prime. Welcome back. Watsy's making up for that mythic pull. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to pass here because it feels like they have another removal spell, and I don't want to company and have them Innkeeper or kill my Innkeeper in response. And if they don't make a play here, that's good for us, so. Nailed it. Sniffed it out, chat. Nailed it. I hope they add dexterity-based cards to Jumpstart. We haven't had any of those in a long time. Some people really just want to watch the world burn, huh, Leak Eater? Thanks for the 26 months of the laugh. Oh, dexterity-based cards. We can only have dexterity-based cards if I can use my gamepad on the PC for them. I don't think this is a Knight of Autumn matchup. I think this is just like my creature deck plan. It's just like these out, 4th Skyclave Deckenstone in. Yeah, quick time events, basically. With the rare AFR Knight in the place of Selfless Glyphweaver. What's the AFR Knight? Oh, that's the one that exiles your stuff when it comes into play, right? No, I'm not a big fan of that one because I like that Glyphweaver can be collected, companied into proactively and sit on the board. Whereas the Knight only gets its effect the turn you play it. So the proactiveness of a card like Selfless Glyphweaver has a lot of value. We bottom Heliod here. There's a good chance they have more removal post-board and pick apart our synergies a little bit. So we have a 1-drop, we have a removal spell, and then we have a little bit of card advantage. Hopefully make up for our mulligan a little bit here. Our best draw by turn 2 would just be any creature that has a trigger when we gain life. So like one of our Pridemates or the Trestle would be ideal here. Look at the way they massacred my girl, chat. Interesting that they elected to... Interesting that they elected to give this the counter as opposed to Pelt Collector. Right on time, Daxos. Welcome to the party. Yeah, I'm supposed to Daxos tap land this turn. Could be correct with the Collected Company coming up next turn. You know, chat, thinking about it right now, it's been a long time since I've been Ember Cleaved. We've been playing so much Standard 22, and Grol's been kind of pushed out of Historic for a little bit now because of the control decks. When was the last time I got Ember Cleaved? It's been a while. I'm ready to play against Slivers. I'm ready to play with Slivers. I imagine we're going to spend a significant amount of time playing meat hooks on this channel. Gonna hook them in, shit. Give them the claws! The claws! Alright, neither of these died here, which was great. Is Jeff having Stockholm Syndrome right now? I am. Cleave ho! Okay, yeah. Atarka's Command. Fun fact, one of the modes on Atarka's Command is your opponents can't gain life this turn. That's something we're going to want to think about in our sequencing. Oh, you know what? I just realized I didn't put my picture back up after the overlay stuff yesterday. I belong in the corner, chat. Yes, Slivers are part of, if you didn't see my first batch of spoiler review up on the YouTube channel, they've started spoiling Historic Horizons cards. We looked at the first batch yesterday. We'll probably look at the next batch in a couple hours here when we're after we finish our Magic Arena matches. I'm just waiting to see if more spoilers come out in the meantime. Yeah, hopefully there's 2 or 3 Sliver packs. Would be great. Someone said there's at least 2. Hopefully there's 3 or 4, actually. And we get lots of them. We just get, like, full support for them. Well, that's just rude, opponent. Alright, so since they're going to murder one of my creatures this turn, I'm going to start by attacking with Speaker. And then we'll play Innkeeper. Don't stop me, just play another creature. Oh, feels bad, man. Definitely has another removal spell here. Just gonna go ahead and play this and pass. It's our best draw here, like Soul Warden. The odds there's Collected Company in my opponent's deck. They've shown us Magma Spray, a Braid, a Tarkus Command. So probably a coin flip that they're also playing Collected Company. They probably have Company and Cleave. Well, they could definitely have Cleave. I feel like Company is probably a card I don't need to play around, though. That attack actually makes the land draw here good for us, because it means I could do this, and then I could do this and give this lifelink. Yeah, when I get this out of Stomp range and Magma Spray range. Could be right to get this out of a Braid range, though, too, but... Okay, so they just have a Tarkus command, because if they had a removal spell, they would have killed something to deny Heliod. They would have killed this to make Heliod not be a creature anymore. So we can know they have a Tarkus command. Morning, Jack. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Do 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 do. Command does give reach, but I feel like if they're burning their command tier, that's good for us. I'm not doing anything else with my mana this turn, so. They want to trade command for Cave of the Frost Dragon. More power to them. I go to 16. Your turn. So they have Cleave plus Command. I'm taking 6. So this would be a 6, which would be 12, 15, plus 3 is 18. So this plays around Cleave Command as their last 2 cards. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Deck's been really good in the creature matchups. I'd actually like, not that I want to play against Jeskai control, but like I kind of wouldn't mind hitting a control deck so we can see how that feels. I assume it doesn't feel great, but we actually haven't hit it yet. Speaking of things that are great, we got a Sneaper Keeper here. Sneep papa, keep papa, 1, 2, 3. It's just curvamentary. What could it be? So our opponent playing, I think our opponent might be playing book combo chat. So I'm definitely gonna be excuse me? Excuse me? I've been mana tethered, chat. I'm not tilted, you're tilted. Hurried. Hurried. I'm not going to get to 27 anyways with them pressuring me, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw this one away this way. Live long and prosper, little innkeeper. These are a few of my favorite things. Cometh at me, opponent. I'll just get, like, double mana tithe. We can't get double mana tithes, right? Ooh. Scry me a river, baby. Yeah, that one can stay right there. I like the way you do that right there, right there. Weird. So I can't play another spell because of Archon. For people wondering why I'm not playing either of these after the Pridemate. Pack it up, pack it in, let me begin. We've actually just boarded the same way basically every time today. It's actually just been like 3 deck in stone, Skyclave in, these evolving creature matchups. Can we switch the Pridemates for Hallowed Priest because Historic's a digital format? Ooh, I like where your headspace is at. I like where your headspace is at. Sure. Gonna lead on Daxos here, so this way if they have Skyclave, I have backup Daxos, and he is legendary. Hey, chat. Deck the halls with bowels of Adonto. Fa la 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 la. Goodbye, friends. Our opponent is no longer clueless, chat. See, I'm a giver. That's pretty good. Alright, chat. I'm gonna give you a very valuable lesson. Just because your card's an instant speed card doesn't mean you have to play it on your opponent's turn. Our opponent mana tithed us in game 1. I'm gonna cast this now. Spawn Stars, thanks for the follow. And we're going to go ahead and spread the love out here to make a couple of big Dorkos. Yep, that can stay right there. Hey, D. Jones. You mean I can cast draw spells on my own turn? I know. It's a weird concept. Thanks for re-upping the Prime. Welcome back. It's so strange. So, one of the things that's kind of neat about Daxos and the fact that he's legendary is he triggers when things enter and when things die. So I can play this second Daxos out here as a way to simply pump up the jam. Which is one of the reasons why we play 4 Daxos even though it's legendary. Crunch, crunch. Nice. Nice. Opponent just letting us know that they're not clueless before they concede. Yep, still opening rares, chat. So it's only 40% off, chat. This card isn't even legal in 40% of the formats I want to play it in. Alright, Watsy. I would like the record to reflect that I am only purchasing this cosmetic because I would like to play it in Historic Brawl some more. So, fuck you, give me the format I want to play. I'm giving you money. Let me play the format I want to play the card in. The ICRs in the Mastery are dupe protected. Mastery cards are 4th card protected. Oh no, chat! Our opponent's rank 115. Yeah, that's the real answer. Someone at Wizards of the Coast, when I said that just now, they just like cackled and were like, look at this addict. We didn't even give him what he wanted, and he can't help himself. He gave us his money anyways. MTGO doesn't have a command. No, MTGO has a commander mode. It has a multiplayer commander mode. Sure. These two turn this on. Heliod gets really turned on by Skyclave Apparition, but we don't kink shame on this channel, so that's fine. Oh no, chat. Ketria Triumph. Ketria Triumph. Not like this, chat. Not like this. I know I said I wanted to play against Jeskai Control, but I was lying. I was lying. I didn't actually want to. Yeah, but, you know, forgive me, I know not what I do. Leon Dav, thank you for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. Forgive him, he knows not what he asks. Your free trial of having fun at Historic has been terminated. Are y'all ready for a Grey Ogre? This is the grayest of all my ogres, chat. Think our opponent's into bindage, chat? Bind them up. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Memory lamps. My body is not ready for the torrential Gearhulk that is about to grace the screen. This actually isn't terrible for us, he says, not fully believing the words that are coming out of his own mouth. Alright, and then I get to Skyclave here, which gets Heliod really excited. It's a nice Daxos we got. Yes, so Soul Warden sees the token come into play with that sequence my opponent did because damage doesn't kill creatures, state-based actions kill creatures. So it does damage, taps, and then makes the token, but my 1/1 doesn't die until state-based actions are checked after this card finishes resolving. Magma Opus is a messed up Magic the Gathering card, chat. It's very, very good. Well, and honestly, this is part of, honestly, this is a good descriptor of, like, why this control deck is good, right? It's not even really a control deck, right? Like, the opponent's archetype is good because they're a combo deck. Lepties, thanks for the follow. Yeah, they grab Lightning Helix to kill the Spellbinder, and then they get to Shock in and they get to Memory Lapse. Anything I could want to cast next turn? Yeah, let's go to the next game. We'll see what our sideboard plan, works out here, but this will probably be our last historic match of the day. Not even just because the opponent's archetype is incredibly sad and frustrating to play against, but because we've been playing for about 90 minutes and I want to do another standard 22 deck. So I want Ajani, I want these, I want Thalia. What do I want to trim here? Is Remorseful Cleric good here? I don't think so. Like, yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll bring it in. They just have, like, so many ways to incidentally kill this card. Like, I think a lot of the time it's just not going to do anything. It's just going to be a 2-1 for 2. So I don't think, so the people saying cut Speaker, I think you're wrong, because this card into our 2-mana Pridemates is one of our better starts. I think I want to cut Daxos, and I think I want to cut Heliod, because Heliod's just like, Heliod's a card that tends to only be good when you're in synergy situations, and the opponent's deck's just going to pick apart our synergy. don't know. Evasion's not really relevant here. The opponent's only creatures they're putting into play are creatures that are killing your stuff while they're coming into play. It's an interesting one. I feel like this card's not very good in this format. A lot of the aggressive decks that you want an effect like this against tend to, what's the word I'm searching for? Tend to have a lot of important 3-mana spells you need to hit. I think I'm just gonna company here. Could be right to Spellbinder too. Whiskey Dingo, thanks for the 40 months. If this Twitch sub was a child, it'd be well on its way to resenting me by now. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Take a peekaboo at what they've got going on. And take their card selection. This means I don't really want to play this till turn 5. Okay. Okay. It's a nice pickup.
Our true strength lies in our friendship.
Our friendships.
I have let my friends down.
You have let us down, Ajani. Let us down. God, their last card's a memory lapse or another Helix. Hope he feels better, Cheetos. We just had a string of fevers go through the kids over the weekend. One of the downsides to being back out into the world a little bit. I assume they're gonna commit the 6/6 token here. The speaker gets to start cranking out 4/4s then, though, which is nice. I mean, the actual reality is, I expect there'll be an explosion of Delta variants in the fall, regardless of if they had masks in place or not. Masks would help, but a lot of schools, especially in the United States, are older buildings with poor ventilation, which goes a long way towards making issues worse. Have any symptoms? You randomly had a nasty fever for about 12 hours and nothing else? Yeah, that was it, basically, Annie. It was kind of weird. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Not even just COVID, but generic illnesses, yeah. I mean, like, anybody who has kids, if you haven't had kids, like, before COVID, I referred to my children as plague rats because, like, you know, in your in your early 20s, you often think of yourself as having a good immune system, but it turns out you don't actually have a good immune system. You just aren't spending time with people that lick doorknobs. You just, you know, like, wash your hands regularly and, like, cover your mouth when you sneeze and stuff like that. Kids are just gross shit. Says you. She sneezed directly into your eyes is another good one, yeah. This is probably supposed to be a mulligan, right? There's just no 2-drop. For people that are new to the channel, like Ironbound Silver, I have three tiny spawns. We have a 7-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 13-month-old. And licking doorknobs is a little bit extreme. But I can't tell you the number of times I've like looked at my 6 and my 7-year-olds, be like, why is your hand in your mouth? Just like stop licking your hand. That's gross. Get your hand out of your mouth. All right, what are we bottoming on this mulligan? This 7's great. Unfortunately, I only get to keep 6. I think I'm supposed to keep both good 4-drops here. I'm gonna bottom the Soul Warden because this is a bigger must-answer threat. Oh yeah, like sub 3 or 4, they do actually lick everything. If they can grab it, it typically goes in their mouth. It's honestly impressive that we've survived as a species, because man, are kids stupid. How has that not evolved out of us? How did we like get them to not eat poisons and stuff? Like, good lord. Thalia is an excellent draw here. Mostly because I assume they'll kill her before we get to these. Toddlers are like dogs with hands. That's a good way to put it, honestly. Yeah, you're always welcome to talk about spoilers in my chat. I'll do a more formal spoiler review in a little bit, probably about an hour or so we'll do that. We're going to finish this match of Historic and then play a little bit of Standard 22, and then we'll do some spoiler review for the day before we jump into Uncharted is my plan. Huh. Let's attack first. And then we'll go ahead and Thalia here. Keeps him off of Wrath of God next turn. Gotta just pass. Might be wrong to pass this turn because they can go land Teferi. This works out. So now they portable hole, and we can collect a company, and then we can untap Ajani.
No one will put thoughtfulness before action.
You get to scry here. I think I'll take a backup Moon Dancer.
Everyone belongs in a place that they can call true friends always stand by your side.
The creature land might actually be a keep here. This lets me activate Castle and an attack's down the line. If they cast Wrath of God, we get to just go like Innkeeper, Soul Warden, Moon Dancer this, and they immediately have to have another Wrath. I'm pretty sure if they sweep, we go all in next turn. If they have Wrath of God, just a Helix, sure. I think I'm just scrying for a collected company. Or an Ajani. Okay. Do you have Wrath of God? The iteration second is an interesting choice. What if you like found Wrath on the iteration? Am I supposed to tap out now and not play around a second sweeper? I don't know the answer to the question, chat. They probably don't have that many counterspells in against me post-board, right? Famous last words.
Sorry I'm late.
Alright, I'm gonna do this now before they can play a blue source and memory lapse me. Alright, so this is they're dead to an untapped land. Oh, this is worse against Portable Hole. I could take the Portable Hole. I want to take the Helix. They get to untap 2 lands with Teferi, because, you know, Teferi.
Skip to the good part.
Okay, I mean, that kills their Planeswalker, right? Shoutouts to Cave of the Frost Dragon. Hopefully there's a Spirit Jumpstart pack and we get ourselves like Spell Queller and Selfless Spirit. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm just sacrificing this to kill their Brazen Borrower.
How long do you want to wait for?
Hey, Aether Vial would be nice too. Agree. Alright, attack you to 8. Yeah, Drugskull would be fine too, I think. Excuse me? You drew another Helix? Huh. You gonna crack me for 7? Will they also have a white castle? XML, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. I mean, the opponent could flood out a little bit. We're definitely not favored in a top deck war, but like, they are dead in 3, so just need a few more bricks. No, Neil. There's plenty of cards in this set that weren't in Modern Horizons. It's just featuring a lot of them. But there's a number of cards that weren't in. Feels Magic Man. That weren't in Historic Horizons that are being included. Things like Thalia's Lieutenant. If you haven't watched my YouTube review video from yesterday, you should. We'll do another one today looking at stuff, but there's a lot of goodies in there. Well, not all of the 700 cards are new to Arena either. Some of them are reprints that are already on the platform. I am going to be interested to see how many new cards we get, and how many reprints there are. Would have been nice if they'd communicated that number up front. Yeah, I agree. Our Ajani Pridemate, our Ajani Strength of the Pride sideboard plan seems good here. Our utility lands are good. Feeling, you know, this is close. Could probably still, they're like one big top deck away from dumpstering us. They did communicate it. It was in the Mothership article near the end. Did the Mothership article list how many cards were brand new to Arena as a platform? If so, could you cite the source? $372. Okay, perfect. That's the first time I've ever had anybody say that number. Thank you for the reference. It's the first I've seen anybody say that. This is Historic, Jerry. It's going to be our last game of Historic before we switch back over to some Standard 22. Alright, let's clear these tokens out, huh? A lot of people have been asking for my opinion on Historic post Brainstorm ban. Memory lapse is still memory lapse. Can we please look at my number one hope for Historic is that, like, since they're leaning into it being digital only, I really hope we start getting rebalances on cards. And my number one rebalance request is just make this card like Aether Gust. Let me put the card on the bottom of my deck if I don't want to redraw it. Don't make me sit here and redraw a Grizzly Cat for the second turn in a row. Alright, I'm done. So, this deck was quite good in Historic against the other creature decks in the format. Jeskai Control is still a giant, frustrating stain to play against between Memory Lapse and their combo finishes with Magma Opus. So, we'll see. This is fine. If you're going to play against creature decks, it's reasonable. I really don't think there's anything you could do meaningfully to change the control matchup. I guess, like, maybe you could play another utility land. Like, maybe the answer is, like, you get up to the 4th Cave of the Frost Dragon, but a lot of it is going to be, like, cross your fingers and clench your butt cheeks. I know, but, like, there's so few bricks in their deck. Like, you're like, yeah, we were just a couple bricks away, but, like, if they literally drew any spells other than lands, we would have been in a bad spot. Like, we needed it. We were in a point where, like, we were in the game if they drew 5 straight lands in a row, which isn't really being in the game. It's like hoping your opponent gets exceptionally unlucky in a bad matchup. Allosaurus Shepherd only makes your green spells uncounterable, right? Is that how that works? Yeah, it's only your green spells. Thank you, love.
Don't get hurt on the toothpicks.
Okay, I won't. I didn't hurt myself yesterday. I'm a big boy, I promise.
Well, like, this one kind of went in, so it's kind of hidden.
Uh-oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, there's 5 altogether.
There's 5 toothpicks again. She brought me another wrap chat, because she's great.
We didn't have any more plain chips. Is there some, Doritos?
Nah, just the wrap is fine.
Okay.
Love you. A wrap is a trap, something like that. It's a delicious trap, chat.